right now, and I will begin with these words. Start spreading the news. The Knicks are rolling to the NBA Finals. They left no doubt.
Shot in the series. The biggest lead in the first half was 29 points.
Cavaliers had 22 turnovers, and that's a big part of the reason why. It's Jose Alvarado. It's an 18-0 run. Here's the 20th of the points in the 20-0 run. 26 fast break points.
Gotta be feeling good to take a shot like that. Hello. Again, I'll say it again. Box out's optional.
He's watching like we were watching last night.
Defense, no D in Cleveland.
Now, Cavaliers just, what can you say? They let go of the rope in this game.
Early and often.
Kind of hard to blame them, I suppose, on some level. They were just getting destroyed. Towns had 19 and 14. Brunson, Anunoby. He was one of 6 Knicks in double figures. OG was.
By the way, listen to the crowd. MSG West.
Oh, it's a Knick home game. And by the end of this game last night, it was a pure Knick home game. So much so they had the trophy celebration on the floor. The celebrity fans were there. The Knicks have won 11 straight. Jalen Brunson's the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And after the game, he chatted with our Lisa Salters. So the Knicks leave nothing to chance. Closing series out. They beat Atlanta by 51, Philly by 30, and now Cleveland by 37 in the closeout games. Are the first team ever to win 3 series clinching games in a single playoff run by at least 20. In their case, each one was by at least 30. They won 11 straight in these playoffs. 5th team ever to do that. We're talking about legendary teams. Steph and KD with the Warriors, Duncan and Robinson with the Spurs, Kobe and Shaq, the Showtime Lakers. The Knicks joined that kind of company. And so Brian Windhorst, who's up with us from Cleveland this morning, I mean, what are the right first things to say? This city is going crazy, as you can imagine. These fans have waited a very long time to see this. But removing the emotion from it, what the Knicks have done in the past month, it's been basically exactly a month, has been historic. What are the right ways to put it in perspective?
Yeah, it's one of the greatest, most dominant 11-game runs in the history of the league. Regular season, postseason, whatever you want to say. You beat opponents in the postseason. That's how you decide who wins the series. You break opponents in the postseason. But they've gotten their opponents to quit. In these closeout games, by the end of these series, after facing the Knicks for a run, they quit. They're done. They've done it, and they do it in the first quarter. All 3 of those closeout games, they've ended the game by the end of the first quarter. This is desperation time. You're in your closeout. This is about pride and all that stuff. They get them to quit. The Cavs stopped running, and they stopped jumping. There's no other way to define quitting, and that happened because the Knicks were so much more dominant than them.
And it happened exactly that way in the previous series against the Sixers, and it happened exactly that way in the previous series against the Hawks. And you said something I kind of like this morning, because sometimes you don't pick the year picks you. The basketball gods are smiling on the New York Knicks right now.
Giving them their best chance to win a championship in a long time. And the right thing to say, if you're a New York Knicks fan or if you're a New York player, is job not done.
Yeah.
I do not care about Atlanta. I do not care about Philly. I do not care about the Cavs. I do not care about what people think about the Eastern Conference if it's weak enough. I care that we're healthy and we're ready to go to battle. And our war paint is on our faces when we go to the NBA championship. And that was the demeanor that you saw from a championship contending team last night. Everybody else wants to party. Look at the faces of Jalen Brunson or look at Karl-Anthony Towns. This team is on a mission. And I think it's all fair to say, guys, if the Spurs and OKC it's going to game 6 regardless. If it goes to a game 7, if they can be healthy, have their legs ready, they'll have their best chance to win a championship.
When you think about New York, for so many years, 50 plus, there have been doubts. So far through 14 games, they have delivered emphatically. And I know everyone here has trust issues because anytime you feel like there's hope, it feels like the floor is ripped out. This is the year where you're seeing their play back up their ambition. And it's not just the schematics and just the superstars that they have. It's more so the commitment to win. To win at this level, game plans, you know what happened to them? Sorry, Greeny, let me get my
rip them up. Yeah.
They're ripped.
I needed that.
It's how bad. Oh, my bad. We'll get it. Hemo, throw us another box score.
That was my box.
Game plans go out the window. It's a how bad do you want it?
Well,
I'll just say this.
Yeah.
I was at the Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano fight. And what did Ronda do? She ran out there and she hit him with a quick armbar and forced submission. That's what you have to do, especially knowing that this year, all year long, we have been talking about the league goes by the West.
Well, so take me to the actual, because give me some analytics here. Not analytics. Give me some analysis here, okay?
Yeah.
I'm hosting round 1 of the NFL draft on Thursday night, April 23rd in Pittsburgh. And my Knicks group chat is exploding with the Knicks lose a 1-point game in Atlanta. They go down 2-1. Mikal Bridges sucks, and we got to change everything, and the Knicks are going to lose, and they're giving me a heart attack and all of that. From that point forward, they've been, this is not an exaggeration, this is not hyperbole, they've been the best team in NBA history. For over the 11-game stretch that has ensued from that moment, they have played better than any team has ever played in any 11 games in the entire history of the NBA. You don't just do that by diving on loose balls.
No.
How have they done it?
By reconfiguring their value system. And I know you can speak to this as well. Understanding that Jalen Brunson is the closer. He also will get you started, but really at the end of the game, he will deliver. Karl Anthony Towns is capable of more. We thought that, hey, this was a guy that knocked down threes. He will get to the post. We were having crisis management conversations because he did not get enough touches. Finally, they trusted in him and listened to him, and he's backed it up. He has had 2 triple-doubles in this postseason. Small tweaks on the fringes. They have trusted their guys. Mikal Bridges, despite going through droughts in the season, we need you to knock down that open corner 3. He's done it. They brought in energy boosters. They finally got the help off the bench. It all starts with trusting and also doing things a little bit differently, and I know you can speak to that.
Well, I watched them, again, every single game very, very closely, and watching what they've done over this 11-game stretch, it reminds me of The Matrix. When Neo finally started seeing the ones and the zeros.
I'm the one.
And that's what it looks like. I mean, they're just making passes like it's all connected all at one time.
But what is that
came
matrix?
together.
What is that matrix?
It's team basketball, which is what's celebrated in this town more than ever, because the teams that did win championships, think about it. It's a great Bill Bradley said this about those teams back then. We didn't have the best players in the league on our team. We had the best team. And the Knicks for years chased stars, always trying to get LeBron James, always trying to get Kevin Durant. Give me the biggest name I can get, put him on the stage. And instead they built this team with a second-round pick that nobody really knew much about in Jalen Brunson. They built it that way, became a team. But it took time to get there. That's the most important part. And I think that's what's as admirable about this team as anything. But it's funny because The Matrix came out, by the way, in 1999.
Can I ask you guys a quick question?
Last time the Knicks were in the finals.
Are expectations now to win the whole thing?
Why not?
I know it's a simple question.
Of course
and
they
of
are.
course, for us former athletes, why not?
No, but
is it for fans, like Knicks fans, like now it's win it?
It's very hard not to think that way. I mean, you haven't lost a game in over a month. You pointed it out. They've only played 8 games. They will have only played 8 games since their first round run. They will play a total of 4 games in a 22 or 23 day span. So their advantage in rest will be almost unprecedented, if not completely unprecedented.
What
We're going to have to look up a lot of stuff.
Going into the final?
Fully healthy. The teams they're playing against are going to beat the heck out of each other. OKC has not looked invulnerable or impossible to beat. Candidly, Indiana took them 7 games last year. The Knicks right now look better than the Pacers looked last year. Wembanyama might just be an alien, so that might be the end of that conversation. But outside of that, I think the answer to the question, Wendy, is yes. I think it is reasonable. I'm not sitting here guaranteeing anything, but I think it is very reasonable to go from transition from whoever wins the West is overwhelmingly the favorite, and that's the end of the discussion, to, oh no, the Knicks absolutely can beat whoever it is they play in the final.
Yeah, they are probably going to be underdogs, and maybe they will be mild underdogs, and maybe they will be a little bit more depending on various things. But do not fall for that. This is a powerhouse team that is playing at its max potential. This is what you always want as a fan. You want your team to play to their max potential. And the biggest thing I've seen from this team when I saw them at midseason and I see them now is the changing of the offense has engaged them. By putting Karl Towns and giving the ball to him and telling OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, you don't have to just stand in the corner. We're going to actually involve you. You get to move off the ball. You get to get the ball and put the ball on the court. And then guess what? They're already good defensive players, but when they get the ball on offense, they go blasting to the other end because they're so excited to go play that style of basketball. And I asked the Knicks coach this. Well, how come, if this was just the perfect way to do it and it worked, how come it took so long? How come it didn't happen until the playoffs? And he was like, I don't know. But it did happen, and that's all
for
that
real.
matters.
Yeah, Mike Brown said we stumbled upon this, which is amazing to